March Madness is finally here, and we are doing
madness.
The perfect bracket. The perfect bracket, and we're also holding a $500 free roll challenge for everyone watching this video. If you're a subscriber, completely free. Michael, please.
All right.
Let me get through this.
All right.
It's a completely free entry to the bracket challenge. The winner's getting $500 just Venmoed right to him. Very simple. The link is in the description of the video. It's also on TikTok and is also
every bio,
on
just
Twitter. So every bio, all of the socials.
Free money.
Join up. Yeah, enter your bracket. As long as you're subscribed with that email, good to go. If you win, we're paying you $500. And you're going to be competing against all of our individual brackets and this perfect Degen bracket we're making right now. We're going through every single game, every round, and putting together the Degen Hours bracket that is going to be entered into this bracket challenge.
We're getting in the lab.
We're getting in the lab. And we're starting at the top in the South region, the number one overall seed.
That bracket.
Auburn is playing the winner of that Alabama State SFPA game. I don't think we need to spend much time on this. Auburn, the number one overall seed. I don't think they get upset by a 16.
They haven't won in a long time.
That's true.
But
They've lost what? 3 out.
Kidding.
Have they lost 3 out?
We're doing Auburn. We're putting Auburn.
All right, fine.
You might not cover the spread. We're putting Auburn. Let's not waste time.
It'll be a sweat.
One of the craziest 8-9 matchups.
I can't decide.
I can't believe.
I'm obsessed.
I can't believe they put this as an 8-9 matchup. Is Louisville Creighton?
Well, Louisville's not an 8. That's absurd.
I know. Well, they beat Clemson twice. Clemson's a 5.
And they went to
and they have the same amount of wins.
Yeah, it's absurd.
So pretty ridiculous. Mario, I'm going to start with you. We're each going to give our pick. And if it's split, then we'll either, we'll make a decision how we want to do the tiebreaker. We can come back to it. We can flip a coin, or we can just go with whoever's the most conviction. But Mario, what do you think here?
Not much conviction because I love both these teams. I think current form, I'm going to lean towards Louisville.
Mike?
Yeah, I mean, having watched more Louisville games than Creighton games, I just like the way Louisville looks, so I'm going to go Louisville as well.
Yeah, I don't think Creighton's fantastic this year. I know they did well in their conference tournament, but the Louisville guard play is what really stood out to me, especially in both their games against Clemson. They actually played a really tough game against Duke in the ACC championship. They were, I think, leading with like 12 minutes left, 10 minutes left. I know Duke was without Cooper Flagg, which we'll get to when we talk about Duke. But yeah, I'm going Louisville here, so it looks like we have a consensus. Ryan, would you go Louisville or Creighton?
No, Creighton's going to kill him. Louisville had no answer for Clemson's big men's. Creighton has one of the best big men in the country, so Cockbreaker's going to destroy him.
Ryan's on Creighton. We're taking Louisville for the bracket purposes. Next game, Michigan, UC San Diego. Super crazy trap line. I want to say the spread is 2.5 right now. Yeah, 2.5 spread, total 141, opened at 3.5. Ryan, I want to start with you here. UC San Diego 30 wins.
No, yeah, they're good. Solid team. Tough draw, but I think this is just an overlook. They're going to try to get 2Q with these 12-5 spots. I think Michigan controls this game pretty easily.
Big Ten champions.
They just have a better team, better players. So, yeah, I think Michigan takes care of business here.
This is one of my 12-5 upset spots I love. There's 2 12 seeds that I'm obsessed with. One of them is McNeese. The other is UC San Diego. Both these teams can score a lot of points. UC San Diego pretty good defensively too. So I think they beat Michigan. I'm surprised Michigan won the Big Ten. I think there's a couple teams that are a lot better than them, like Michigan State, for example. But yeah, I'm going to UC San Diego.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one thing that I am, it's a homer. And San Diego is much closer to home than Michigan. I mean, I don't give a piss about Michigan. So let's go home, UC San Diego.
All right, Mario, are you pushing UC San Diego through, or are we tying it up with Michigan and have to tie break this?
How about we get
this is tough. I watched a good bit of that Wisconsin-Michigan game. What I saw from Michigan was they're a good team defensively. If they get into a scoring match with the team, don't really like that sort of game script for them. I don't know much about UC San Diego. For now, I'm going to say Michigan.
Okay, so we're tied. Does anyone feel really convicted? Because I couldn't really care less about what we put here. Ryan, do you really want Michigan in there, or are we coin flipping?
I just think it's the third game. It's our third pick. I don't really love it. The UC San
Let's
Diego.
coin flip it.
Yeah,
okay.
All right, ask Siri, heads or tails.
Bring out the coin flip.
Heads Michigan, UC San Diego, tails.
All right. Hey, Siri. Heads or tails? Heads.
All right, Michigan's moving on.
My Siri knows
The AI has decided. Next one, Texas A&M, Yale. Could be a little trap spot.
This is a trap
Yeah,
spot.
I mean, this is Yale all day.
You're going Yale.
I mean, I'll tell you something
Wow.
right now.
Yale.
So Texas, a team that didn't even officially make it in, they're in the play-in games with the worst head coach probably in college basketball, Rodney Terry, who should be thrown off a cliff or something.
Okay, let's
has
call for
beaten
violence.
A&M 2 out of 3 times that we've played, and they're a 4 seed. Bulldogs all the way. I mean, A&M is a fraud.
All right, Mario.
Fraud.
The thing I love about Yale is that 49% field goal percentage.
I mean, yeah.
And I love that 42% of their shots are 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Give me Yale.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm
Bang.
way on Texas A&M.
Yeah,
on
I'm
this
all
one.
over Texas A&M here.
All right, so
They just beat the number 1 team in the country 2 weeks.
yeah, I was gonna say I think Texas A&M probably moves on the Sweet 16 in my opinion, but it sounds like we're probably coin flipping this again because you guys are pretty convicted.
I mean, I'm all on
what's
Yale.
what?
all right,
I'm 100%
no,
on
the
Yale.
top team's gonna be heads always. So A&M's heads,
My
Yale
team's
tails.
Hey Siri. Heads or tails? Tails.
Let's
Yale.
go Bulldogs!
First
And our
upset of the
bracket
Let's go
is
Bulldogs!
busted.
Yeah, bracket's busted. Everyone watching this is pretty excited. Like we get to compete against this for $500.
Yeah, this is free money.
Chilling. Ole Miss are the winner of SDSU and UNC.
Okay.
I'm gonna start. I'm taking the upset here. So I know the SEC is really good this year. I get that, and I know they're a 14-team bid conference, but Ole Miss was not one of the best SEC teams. They don't have a great conference record. I thought 6th seed was slightly generous, to be completely honest. And I know UNC's not good this year, but they have a more talented roster than Ole Miss does. I think UNC wins the early game, but even if not, San Diego State is a really, really good basketball team. So I like either of those two. It's not usually where I pick a playing game to beat someone without knowing who the winner is, but I actually like both these teams over Ole Miss. So I would take the 11 winner here regardless from the play-ins.
I love Ole Miss. I think they're in great form. They almost beat Auburn. I think they should have beaten Auburn a couple days ago, and they just beat Tennessee, fresh off a Tennessee win. So I think they're hot, and I think North Carolina's not good.
No.
And I think they're going to
Should
win.
have beat Duke, though.
Probably going to be favorites.
North Carolina should beat Duke.
Yeah, without their best player, I agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That's actually exactly how I feel. UNC should have won, but again, you have to take into account that Duke was without Cooper Flag, and then SCSU historically is a really good basketball school and pretty decently strong. But the SEC is an unprecedented strength right now, and I think Ole Miss playing the way that they did against like the top competition, in my opinion, like in a very long time for one conference. I think they deserve it, so I'm going Ole Miss.
All
here.
right, we might go chalk here. Are you going Ole Miss too?
See, I actually, if it's SDSU, then I like Ole Miss. If it's UNC, I like a weird upset with UNC.
All right, so since you're 50-50 and we don't know that one, are we just going Ole Miss then
Yeah,
for the
let's-
consensus?
Sure. Let's go
Okay,
Ole Miss.
that's fine with me. Iowa State, Lipscomb. I'd be shocked if anyone says no.
Iowa
Iowa
State's
State.
gonna kill
Iowa
them.
State's. This is a blowout game. They're going to win this game by 40.
Upset watch.
You like?
No,
you like
I
Lipscomb.
don't.
I just want that on camera.
I don't.
Marquette, New Mexico. I'm really impartial on this game. I think it's honestly a coin flip.
Bro, it's the Lobos.
You like New
They
Mexico?
always
No,
make a
no,
run
no. The
every year.
Lobos are historically just. I mean, what is a Lobo? Just dog water. They're trash. It's easy.
So you're against New Mexico?
Yeah.
Okay.
The way you said that was like you like the Lobos.
No, they're terrible.
Okay, yeah. Marquette's 3.5-point favorites here.
I mean, I don't even know what a Lobo
from the
is.
7 spot. Mario.
Because of what Mike said, I just flipped. I'm on New Mexico.
Yeah, I'm also on New Mexico now.
But what is a Lobo?
Actually, I'll go last. If it's
I'm
tough.
on Marquette only because
Damn right.
I watched New Mexico just lose to Boise State. It just was the last 4
All
out.
right, all right.
Damn
All
right.
We can go Marquette. We can go
So,
Marquette.
I was pissed.
I don't like Mike's logic though.
Hey.
And then Michigan State's not losing to Bryant.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
They're
agree.
not.
I agree
All right,
with
back
that.
to the top. Auburn, Louisville. We're gonna finish each of the sections
Oh,
to a Final Four and then move to the next one. Auburn, Louisville, the 1-8 matchup. I don't think Auburn gets upset before the Sweet 16.
Oh, sorry.
That's just my logic. I think this is, in my opinion, the best basketball team. I know they've dropped 3 games in the last 2 weeks. They're not losing to Louisville.
I'm
No
choosing
way.
Louisville. I've had enough. I've been doing it every week with Auburn. And they haven't proved me right. It's the big
Yeah.
games they can't win.
I disagree. I'm going to go Auburn here. Again, I think the SEC is
Yeah,
really
We're gonna
dominant.
hear about the SEC every time any of these 14 teams.
Well, I
play,
mean,
aren't
the SEC was probably the strongest conference we've seen in 20 years in college
Yeah,
basketball.
Auburn's the one overall.
And yeah, again, they lost 3 out of their 7, but again, playing in the hardest conference, so Auburn here. I think they have it.
All right. We going chalk?
Man. It's weird because now I kind of want Creighton over Louisville, but we already put Louisville through. In this matchup, Auburn would beat Louisville. but Creighton would beat Auburn.
All right, so
So my personal bracket, you know what I'm doing.
all right, but Auburn's moving on.
Auburn's on.
Michigan, Yale. For you Yale guys, I love A&M to the Sweet 16. We got them out in the first round. I'm gonna go Michigan here, given this Michigan Yale hypothetical. But do you think Yale can?
No, I don't think Yale's going to make it past the first round,
All right.
personally.
Yale would kill Michigan.
Okay, so all over Yale.
Where'd that come
Wait, do you have Yale in the first or Texas A&M?
He
I
has
have Yale on the first.
But they're not making it
But
past the first
have
round.
them losing.
Past the second round, he meant.
Oh,
second
sorry.
round. Yeah,
Yeah, Michigan's going to kill them.
All right. And then Ole Miss, Iowa State. Iowa State for me, huge here. I think Ole Miss is not good, so that's just my opinion. I don't think they should. I don't think they're gonna get out of the first round.
Oh, this is tough. I'm just going to go with Iowa State just because it looked better in conference. But Ole Miss, I mean, they're a sneaky good team.
Big 12 is a weird conference too.
Yeah, and that's why I'm
Real
worried.
weird.
Iowa
Conference.
State can just score. They have like
Yeah.
literally 5 people that can put up double digits, which in college is.
I feel more comfortable with Iowa.
I really don't mind Iowa State, but I still like my SEC logic, but I really don't mind
If you
Iowa
pick
State.
an SEC team every time an SEC team
No,
comes
I
up,
won't. I won't.
All right.
But like in that one,
Exactly what-
I do like Iowa State. there.
Marquette, Michigan State. Is this a slippery spot for Michigan State? I think no. But they didn't look great in conference play. So
I think Michigan State wins in the first 2 rounds. So
Yeah,
They
I
won
think
by
Michigan
19
State is a
against
good-
Marquette.
They're
All right.
a strong team.
So there's our Sweet 16 from the South. We have Auburn and Michigan in the first matchup there. Mario, I'll start with you.
I mean Auburn. What I saw from Michigan was not like I wasn't blown away by them. So yeah, Auburn would kill them.
Yeah, I have Auburn going pretty far.
I mean, I'm going to choose against Auburn every big game that they play for the rest of the season.
All right, well, I'm going Auburn. That's my favorite team in the tournament, so I got to ride with them. Michigan State, Iowa State. I'm a big Iowa State guy. I think they make a run in this tournament. I don't believe in Michigan State. I think the matchups against Bryant and Marquette would be extremely favorable in the first and second round to make it to the Sweet 16. There's honestly probably 30 or 40 teams that if they played Bryant and then Marquette, I would take into the Sweet 16 there, so I don't think it's a big deal putting them that far. I think it ends against Iowa State for sure.
I think Michigan State kills Iowa State. They have a better like quad 1 resume, and they just look better in the Big 10, which was a way tougher conference than the Big 12 this year. So
Our brackets are going to look very different.
love Michigan State here for sure.
Mike?
I feel like Iowa State has, obviously it's not 100%, but they're more likely to shoot well, and I think they could put up more of an offensive performance, so I'm going to go Iowa State.
Mario?
Yeah, this would be, in my opinion, this would be a really close game. I could see it going either way. I lean more towards Iowa State.
Okay.
Wow.
We got Auburn, Iowa State. We got to pick a Final Four team out of this. Michael, I'm assuming you're going SEC.
Yeah, I like Auburn this year. Just in general,
Auburn
I
out
think
of the
they're really, really
Auburn
good.
out of the South. Mario?
Oh man, I'm like waiting for the matchup where it's like a test.
You'll get it in the Final Four.
It would have been Michigan State, but you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't think Auburn makes it to the Final Four, so I'm just gonna go against them
Iowa
in
State.
this spot. I like
Yeah,
them
I'm not
losing this
choosing
round.
Auburn for the whole.
No, I like Iowa State here too.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, all right. We got
All right.
Iowa State in the Final Four. There's our first team.
Wow.
There we go.
Iowa
Clap it up.
State.
I like
in
it.
the
Iowa
Final
State making it
Four.
out of
I
the
mean, it's
South.
either them or
What did
That's
we
one
do
fault.
wrong?
No, that's how it is. I
mean,
mean, these brackets play out in silly ways. All right, to the East, jumping over. Duke as the 1 seed.
The East.
Duke, I think, does not get upset.
Doesn't matter.
I don't. Yeah.
Who would their playing game be against?
American
Just-
or MSM? I don't even honestly
okay.
know what MSM is. It doesn't let me
Mount
click
St.
it.
Mary's.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
is it
gonna
Mount
say
St. Mary's? Yeah, it
Mary's.
doesn't matter. All right, Baylor or Mississippi State the 8, Baylor the 9. Ryan,
Mississippi State for sure. Baylor's not that good. They play in the
so you like
weak
an upset
conference.
there?
Yeah,
Even though it's
Well,
the 8 seed,
upset.
even though it's the 8 seed, they're the underdogs.
and they'll be favorite. Oh, they're the underdogs.
Yep, Baylor's 1.5 point favorites.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I like Mississippi State anyways.
All right, Mike.
So normally I would stick with my SEC logic here, but I also have a bigger theory about really rich schools doing like well just in this whole new era of NIL.
Does Baylor have it like that?
Baylor's pretty rich. They're pretty wealthy. They're right on a lake or on a river or something. I mean, it's beautiful
that
campus.
means
He
They're
has
rich.
no idea.
I mean, I do know they're in Waco.
You have no idea if they're rich or not.
I mean, their tuition is $1 billion. So Baylor,
Is it?
it's pretty expensive.
Oh, Mario.
That just made me go
There's no
Mississippi
way
State.
any of that.
You're on Mississippi State.
Look up the annual tuition.
Yeah,
of
I'm
Baylor.
on Mississippi State too. So Mississippi State's gonna be moving on here. Again, I'm not an SEC guy. I just don't think Baylor's good. I don't think 19 wins in the Big 12 is very impressive at all.
That's fair. That's a fair argument.
All right, Oregon Liberty.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Oregon 6.5-point favorites here. Liberty is 28-6 on the season, obviously in a much weaker conference than the Big Ten. Ryan, are you riding with Oregon?
Yeah, Oregon's actually sneaky really good. I like them to go pretty deep. I think they have an unfortunate bracket set up for them, but if they can sneak out the next round and maybe against Duke, they can make a move. But I love Oregon here by a lot.
I agree. I think this is a really hard path for a 5 seed to move any significant path through the bracket, but I like Oregon here in a big win as well.
Yeah, I don't even think Oregon is sneaky good. I think they're just good.
All right, so they're moving on. Mario, would you take them too?
I actually would. I don't know. I think first off, take Liberty plus 6.5. This game's going to be insane.
Closer.
I'm just saying right now it's going to be insane.
I mean, it's a 12-5 matchup, so I tend to believe you.
Yeah. I mean, Oregon's already through. I don't know. I'm happy I don't have to make a decision.
All right, that's fine.
I'm just taking Liberty plus 6.5. That's
We
all.
get our Caleb Love matchup here. Arizona versus Akron. 13.5-point spread. They're not giving the Zips much of a chance in this one. And I would just tend to agree. I really like Arizona. I picked them when we picked our conference championships. I had them at plus 1,000. I think all of us actually had them at plus 1,000 to win. They came in second. Obviously, Houston got it done. But they looked really good in that tournament. They were the 4th or the 5th favorite, and they made it all the way to the championship there. So I think we have a pretty good pulse on what type of team this is. I think the spread's kind of in line with that. I don't think this is an upset spot at all. I think they have enough talent on that roster to take a real shot.
Fade
at this.
Arizona covering, but I think they win.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I can
I
see
mean,
that.
Caleb Love.
I mean, I'm all over this. I've been all over this Arizona team for way too long. If you don't think they're making a deep run, look somewhere else.
Consensus.
Yeah.
All right.
But they'll win
consensus.
every game by like 5 or 6.
Beautiful.
Maybe. BYU VCU, the abbreviation game of the decade. People like this BYU
Yeah,
team.
abbreviation. That's a bar.
Yeah, it's a 3-letter schools. They don't want to say the whole names. People love this BYU team. Spread likes them too. 2.5-point favorites. I know VCU 28-6 on the season. Pretty good season. I'm gonna go last year. Whoever wants to go first, go ahead.
I'll rip. This BYU team, if you think Iowa State is good, BYU has handled them every single time. So I like BYU here. I think they got battle tested, and like I said, they handle Iowa State, and they're a 3 seed, and people like us have them in the Final Four right now.
I love Iowa State.
So you must
You gotta
like
love Iowa State.
BYU in my opinion. So I'm going BYU very bigger.
Mike?
Yeah, I mean, I have another athletic, just sports
Mormons.
theories about, athletic Mormons and how Joseph Smith kind of saw it in his golden tablets that they make a little bit of a path. So, I mean, obviously the Mormons.
I like
I never
that.
win, but yeah.
Mario?
Oh, golden tablets.
Give me VCU.
You've taken every upset.
No.
No, I'll go BYU as well.
Okay.
I do think this is a sweaty game. This is for sure a potential upset spot. As to where the next game I do not think is a potential upset spot.
No.
I think there's almost no world Montana beats Wisconsin. But Mario, I want to start with you because you like
No,
upsets.
I watched Wisconsin play. I feel like I have a good sense of them and Michigan. I
Yeah.
know what teams they are. Wisconsin's beating Montana.
All right, so they're moving on. Ryan,
Go
agree?
Badgers.
Yeah.
All right, there we
Go
go. St. Mary's and Vanderbilt. Very, very interesting basketball game because people have been riding the SEC's you-know-what like crazy this season.
All over them.
They're
You can
trained.
there are like these 7-win SEC teams that people just think could make a
Amazing.
run at it, which is crazy. So I am going to fade the bad SEC teams. St. Mary's all the way.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Nothing
Same
to
here.
it.
All right, they're
the
moving
better
on.
team.
Mike, would you take Vanderbilt?
I would.
Yeah, okay,
But-
because
You're an SEC guy.
SEC.
Yeah,
He's
okay,
an
of course.
SEC guy.
And then Bama's winning.
Yeah.
We're not having
Yeah.
Robert Morris upset them.
Well, no, I'm kidding.
like Robert
I'm
Morris.
kidding. I'm kidding.
All right.
I'm kidding.
Duke Baylor. I don't think Baylor's good. I don't think Mississippi State's good in the first round. I don't think Baylor's good in the second round. I think Cooper Flagg is the best player in college basketball. He will be back. He's healthy. It was a sprained ankle. They just held him out of the tournament because they obviously didn't need him.
Yep.
They won all their games. So
Yep.
Duke, in my opinion.
Duke,
Ryan.
Duke.
Yeah, they're the best team in the world,
Duke.
in my opinion.
Yeah, Duke. All
I
right.
thought we had Mississippi State moving on. We have Baylor?
No,
We had Baylor.
Oh.
I'm 90% sure.
I had
Who'd you
Mississippi
pick?
State.
I
You
had
had
Mississippi
Mississippi
State.
State. I thought
Ba-
you said Mississippi
I had
State.
Baylor.
Oh, I
because
had
of my
Mississippi
theory.
State.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're so
He
right.
was the only one that
Duke
had
plays
Baylor.
Wait a
Mississippi State.
second. Now I gotta think.
He was
Duke.
the only one that had
Oh,
Baylor.
yeah. Duke plays Mississippi State.
I'm just kidding. I still Duke.
All right. I told
Duke,
My bad.
Duke.
I wasn't even thinking about it. I got to make sure I'm clicking these right.
Oh, this next one's the worst. It's gonna kill
Oregon,
me.
Arizona. The Pac-12, no longer Pac-12, now no
man.
longer
I
interconference
love both
rivalry
these teams.
game of the millennium. The answer for me is Caleb Love. Because when it's not a big game, you know he can perform. I watched him against Clemson last year in the Sweet 16. He made like 2 baskets. He choked, but it was the Sweet 16. This is the round of 32. So in the Sweet 16,
He's got one more game.
he's got one more in Arizona.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, I mean, for Nike's marketing department and Nike based out of Oregon and pretty much, Eugene, all of that area. I mean, they have to make it further, so Oregon.
Okay, we're split.
Oregon.
Yeah. So how Arizona works is specifically Caleb Love is one game he goes for 30, the next game he goes 2 for 9, 2 for 11. This is that game where he's going to go 2 for 11. Arizona could still be in the game and win, but I'm just going to take the safe road and go Oregon here.
Okay.
See, I think the first round, Caleb actually only has like 10 points because they're huge favorites and doesn't need to play. And then this is the game he has that on switch. Goes off first,
No,
then
no,
on.
no. It's the pressure
Off then
games.
on.
I
It's the
think
games
this-
where he
off then
needs
on.
to show.
I think Arizona here. I like
All
it.
right. I really like Arizona. Do you guys really like Oregon? Because we're split. We can coin
Give me
flip it.
Arizona.
All right. I was going to say,
all
I
right.
really like Arizona.
No, I
draft
mean,
matchup.
if you're telling me to switch to Caleb Love, I mean,
How you
Yeah,
do
it's
that?
fun.
Should
you don't have to do too much.
BYU, Wisconsin. The game of the teams that get to lose to Alabama in the next round.
If they're healthy.
Ryan, do you think Wisconsin can get this done?
No, they'll kill him. They'll be like 9-point favorites. They should kill him.
All right. Mike,
Yeah, Wisconsin.
Mario, you said you have the pulse on this team.
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds here. Need to click something. Just one stat is all I need to know. Oh, yeah, close game. Okay, give me Wisconsin.
All right. Well, they're moving on regardless. I don't have to
Wee-woo.
make a pick, which I am fine
Little-
with.
little
Alabama.
cheeseheads.
Alabama's beating St. Mary's.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I'm kidding.
They should.
They're beating St. Mary's. They
SEC,
should.
baby. SEC.
It's not okay. No, Duke Arizona is the game that I think Caleb Love is off because it's a Sweet 16 game again, and they're also just happen to be playing the best team who's gonna have 2 top 10 draft picks.
Yeah.
In Duke, so
Cooper flag to your promised line.
I'm Duke.
Yeah, dude.
Duke.
Cooper
Duke.
flag.
So you're all over Arizona, but you think the party stops when they.
It's just hard. I mean, Duke is the best. They won without their best player. They won a ACC without
Yeah.
their best player. It's crazy.
Duke.
Yep.
Mario.
Oh, he said.
I mean, they're already moving on, but I want to hear what you think.
This is the game, like I said. First round, Caleb Love goes crazy. Second round, bad game. This game, he goes crazy. It comes down to the wire.
All right.
It's gonna be like those when he was on UNC, and those games just get crazy.
God.
Fair enough.
So
I
I don't know.
next Sweet 16 matchup: Wisconsin, Alabama.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, I mean, I could just tell you how this game's gonna go. Alabama,
Tell us.
Alabama wins by 13.
Yeah.
I think Alabama beats the
I
absolute
am-
brakes off them.
Yeah. Marcus
It's
Sears or
close in the
whatever
first
is-
half, but like this Wisconsin team, and I have a friend from Wisconsin who just like told me exactly what this team was, and every game I've watched is exactly how it goes. It's like they're not a great scoring team. They need to keep like possessions like long and drawn out, and just good defensive team. But I mean, this Alabama team can
Yeah,
probably put up 85.
Mark Sears doing it last year and going to the Final Four, I think gives me a lot of confidence, especially with Grant Nelson both returning,
Yeah.
that they can do it again and they're not going to get thrown off early.
It'll be one of those steady games. Like,
Yeah,
Wisconsin will be in it, and then like second half of the second half
It's a
is
slow
when like
spread.
they'll
Yeah.
just build the lead and just.
And also, I'm not one for chalk. I do realize, this east side of the bracket, we picked every higher seed, even though these aren't favorites. They're not all favorites on the spread.
Yeah.
But I just don't see Wisconsin getting it done. I love this Bama team.
Yeah, if Bama is healthy, they're great, but they are deteriorated right now. Grant
They'll be
Nelson
fine.
don't even know if he's playing the first round. Who
They'll be
knows
there
what
by
second-
Sweet 16 if
Mark
they're in.
Sears, but I'm saying it's tough to get going after you've been hurt for 2 games.
St. Mary's game will be tough.
So I think it's gonna be tough. I'm choosing Bama because I think they'll be healthy, but
right.
even a hiccup, they could lose easily.
All right, and then we have Duke Bama to make it to the Final Four. I want to go last on this one. Mike, I want to start with you.
I really like Bama here, and don't get me wrong, I love Duke. I love Cooper Flag, and I think he's the best player in basketball. Not even a question, just by a significant amount. But there is something about, like Tyler mentioned, Mark Sears leading this Alabama team to a Final Four last year. This year, I feel like they're even better than what they were. And
You think they can run it back?
well, I think Alabama, I'm pretty sure they've never won a national championship in basketball.
Final Four is the
And
farthest they've been. They haven't been to a national championship in basketball.
Even more my point, I think this team is going to rally, and I think you're going to see this Alabama team move like you've never seen them before. I'm going to go Alabama.
Mario?
Yeah, you're gonna see a move out of the tournament at Duke.
Wow, what a bang.
Mario,
Yeah.
all right, Ryan.
Yeah, Duke wins pretty easily here. They're just an all-around way better team. If Bama has to shoot out the gym for them to be in this game.
Yeah.
Bama has to shoot out the gym,
I think they can.
and I think they can.
I think
shoot
they
out
can
the gym.
too.
They can.
But not
Yeah,
good.
But again, I want to come back to the thing which makes Duke so dangerous, and it really is having the best player in the tournament. And it's not even the hottest player in the tournament. Like last year, who was the guy on
NC State.
NC State? Burns? DJ
Yeah, DJ
Burns?
Burns.
Whatever, he was playing like one of the best guys in the tournament, but he was nowhere close.
Yeah, no,
right?
yeah.
He was just scoring.
Yeah.
Clemson last year, Chase Hunter played out of his mind, took him to the Elite Eight. Mark Sears last year did everything he could to
Out
him
of
to the
his
Final Four.
mind,
None of
got
those
to the
guys
Final
are the
Four.
best player in the tournament. They were just really hot. Cooper Cup not only is the best player.
Flag.
Cooper-
not
Or,
cup.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cooper Flag.
Kupp!
I was thinking about the
That's
contract.
my boy.
I was talking to someone about the Cooper Cup contract
That's my
earlier today. Cooper Flag is not only the best player, but he can get hot at the right times, and they can give him the ball at the end of the game, something they weren't able to do against North Carolina, which what let UNC get back in the game. I think Duke pretty much chalks it here. So there you have it. Duke makes it through to the Final Four. Moving on to the west side of the bracket,
The SEC
where
winners.
we are out west. Florida is the
SEC
one
winners.
seed here, as well deserved. I mean, they
Yeah.
are on
Yeah,
fire.
they
Yeah.
killed it.
This might be the hottest team in basketball right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Them or Duke for sure.
Best team on this side of the bracket.
I mean, for sure. And they're not losing to Norfolk State.
No.
Yeah,
Or
I'm
Norfolk
all
State.
over
They'll
Florida.
win by 35.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those 40-point games. What's the spread? Let me check on this.
28 and a half. That's all.
Yeah, they cover that. UConn, Oklahoma. So, hey, I'm picking UConn for sure to win this game. I know UConn's not great this year, but I love Dan Hurley. I've said I was going to ride with UConn in this tournament because they are the back-to-back NCAA champions. They went through this entire tournament twice in a row with the same coach. Obviously, much more deteriorated team than they had in prior years. I think NIL and transfer portal had a lot to do with that, especially with the players going in the draft too. But I love UConn in this matchup. I'm already just in my brain looking ahead to the next one. It's going to give me nightmares. But
Yeah, I mean, this is just for a point in your bracket because it doesn't matter who you pick. They're going to lose next round. But yeah, I'll go with UConn. Deeper team.
I'll go with UConn.
I will never pick Oklahoma in anything.
fair enough. Memphis, Colorado State. Now, this Colorado State team,
This is a sneaky game.
this is a really sneaky game. What's the spread on this guy?
I mean, let me.
2.5 Colorado
Go ahead, Mike.
I mean,
It's
the
2.5. Colorado State minus 2.5.
Bro, this
12
is
seeds
literally
favorite.
if you were to get into a street fight with, a bunch of dogs or a bunch of like finance bros, you choose the dogs. The ones who have been in a lot of fights.
Who's the
a lot-
finance bros in this?
The Colorado State, they wear suits, they're all buttoned up.
Gotcha.
These other guys,
I don't think you're talking about the basketball teams.
I am for sure talking about
I
basketball.
think you're talking
teams.
about the locations.
I mean, they're
you're talking strictly geography.
possibly Memphis.
This Colorado State
Memphis.
team's
Let's go
street
Memphis.
fights.
This
He's
Colorado
talking
State
street
team's
fights.
gnarly.
Let's go Memphis.
Mario, what do you think?
I got the dog in them.
This is a really, really tough matchup. I lean towards Memphis. I'll say Memphis for now.
Right.
I'd be all in on Colorado State if Memphis didn't have one of the best scorers in the country in PJ Haggerty. So I have to choose Memphis only because I'm picking the best player on the court.
That's what I've been
Okay,
saying.
yeah. I had Memphis picked out around a month ago as an early tournament sleeper, but I just wanted on the record that Colorado State's going to win this game by 15 points. I think this is one of the worst matchups they could have drawn. I think Colorado State blows them out, but we're advancing Memphis because y'all three believe that. So
This is Memphis.
Maryland Grand Canyon to play Memphis in the next round. GCU, always an interesting basketball school. I mean, this is what they do. They have the
and
most electric
they do
stadium in the
upset.
country.
They also have God on their side. So
Grand Canyon?
They're a Christian university.
Okay.
They have God on their side.
All right.
Go
I
Grand
didn't know
Canyon,
they were.
baby.
They're a Christian university.
Can someone double check that?
Yeah, I would bet
They are?
$1,000
All right.
trillion
All
dollars on it.
Okay, 1,000 trillion. All right,
1,000
you got
trillions.
Grand Canyon, the 10.5 point
GCU,
underdogs.
baby.
Mario, is Grand Canyon pulling the upset here?
Sure.
Yeah,
Let's do
damn
it.
right.
Let's do it.
Maryland kills this team.
Yeah, Maryland blowout.
Okay, yeah, Maryland.
Okay.
I was trying to be cool, but I really
It's not. This isn't happening. Missouri Drake. Now this is one that can happen.
Drake.
Drake's 6.5 point underdogs.
I know Michael's not choosing.
They love making this. Well, you're not picking Drake.
I mean, I hate Drake and SEC. So,
Wait, why do you hate Drake?
I mean, I hate
Drake's
Drake.
always an 11 seed. Too.
I hate
love
Drake the school.
You're talking about the rapper.
Yeah, it
I
has
hate-
nothing to do with the school.
I
Okay.
hate both
All right.
the affiliations. The fact that it has the same name, disgusting. So SEC Missouri.
This is actually, for anyone who's new and you made it this far in the video, this is
despise.
actually how he picks games.
Yes.
Like if you watch all the NFL season, like he doesn't pick based on stats or
That's not
anything. It's Drake.
Articles
I
and
hate
Drake.
the rapper Drake.
Or geography,
Missouri.
Memphis.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Advice.
No, this is Drake. This is for sure Drake.
Drake.
I love the upset spot. I'm obsessed with this.
I mean, Missouri is one of my deep sleepers, so I'm not picking against that. Missouri's
Missouri,
going to win this
baby.
game.
All right, we got to coin
Missouri.
flip this because I love Missouri, or I love Drake, and you like Missouri. Heads is
Wait,
Missouri.
what did you guys choose?
He's Missouri.
He's Missouri.
Oh, I forgot
you
We're-
never
and
choose
we're
a Drake.
Drake.
I'll
Yeah,
never-
yeah.
Hey Siri,
Heads is Missouri.
heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads.
Yes.
Damn it.
I can live
Kendrick
with that.
makes it through.
I can't live with
Yes.
that. Drake's winning that game. Texas Tech,
He is
UNC,
not.
Wilmington, blowout. This is, what's the spread in this? It should be 20. 15 and a half? Yeah. Texas
Shout out
Tech.
Barry, friend of the pod. I hope your team loses. So let's go UNC Wilmington.
Oh, gosh.
Shout out Barry, friend of
I'll
the pod.
also take. Just kidding.
If Mario would have took UNC Wilmington, I would have did
Red
too. I'll take Texas
Raiders.
Tech.
Really?
I won't make it to a coin flip. I don't want the coin flip to decide
Red Raiders.
because I don't want to ruin our
you want
bracket.
So if I
change?
flip,
If you flip 100%, I'm UNC Wilmington.
UNC Wilmington.
UNC Wilmington, baby. I loved it, but I didn't want to be the asshole that pushed it over there. Shut up, Barry.
Yeah, shout out
this is
Barry, friend of the pod.
UNC Wilmington making a
Let's
deep
go
run.
UNC Wilmington.
I literally like Texas Tech to make it out of this part of the bracket to the Sweet 16. So
No,
having
let's
them
go
losing around to
Seahawks, baby.
64 is painful for me to click on, but that's fine. Kansas and Arkansas, the Battle of the Kansas in the name of the schools. Calipari, he knows how to win tournament games.
I think the
Does he?
Jayhawks, baby.
Yes. What do you mean, does he?
I mean, look at Kentucky the past 5 years.
Well, I mean, I'm
It's
saying
like first round exit.
Before that.
before that, he was
No,
good.
I
Yeah.
mean, he had the one run with,
I mean, he had great players for like a decade, but
and only won one net.
yeah, he still won. No, I like Kansas here anyways, but
Yeah,
I
like
still think
Kansas.
I think the better coach is definitely on Arkansas.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But Kansas easy.
Yeah.
I'm all over Kansas.
Ooh,
No
fading
SEC.
No, I'm all over Kansas.
Wow. Why are you all
Makes-
over Kansas?
Makes no sense.
Well, the Jayhawks are a historically great basketball school, and I like history, and so Jayhawks.
True. All right. St. John's losing to Omaha. Anyone?
Nope.
Bueller?
No.
Bueller? All right.
St. John's.
St. John's. Back to the top. I'm picking UConn. Everyone can pick Florida, and I don't care.
Florida.
I said I'm picking UConn to make a run in this tournament after back-to-back. Florida's a much better team. They should
yeah.
absolutely incinerate them, blow them
Yeah.
out.
You can't score. Can't score.
I just had to pick UConn. I'm obligated to.
No,
Yeah,
but
Gators.
Everyone else,
Gators.
Florida. Okay, that's fine. Memphis, Maryland. Mike.
I mean, dude, come on. Geography. Memphis. Let's go Memphis.
I mean, Maryland is pretty.
Maryland won by 13.
Baltimore?
14
Dude, Maryland is cold.
Okay. What does
Wait,
that have to do with any?
Memphis is not like-
basketball courts
Memphis can
inside.
get cold too.
Also, it's not like it's an outdoor sport.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a good point. You know what?
It's not like Maryland.
Continue. I'll go last.
No,
I-
you're,
I-
you're
you're
pick your
Memphis.
team. You're Memphis.
All right, I'm going Memphis.
All right, right.
They got the dog. in
Maryland,
them.
Maryland.
They got the dog.
The
in
Tarps
them.
are winning.
I'm gonna go Memphis.
Yeah, I think it's Colorado State, but I'm gonna ride with Maryland. So we got to coin flip this, Johnson.
Hey Siri. Heads or tails?
Heads is Maryland.
Maryland.
All right.
Heads.
Heads
right.
won again.
fair.
Missouri, UNC, Wilmington.
Missouri.
Exactly where I have it. Missouri, baby. That's my sleeper.
Yeah,
Missouri.
Hey.
How the hell do we have UNC?
Because
Wilmington?
that's just the way it is.
Texas Tech will be advancing to the Sweet 16 through this
Texas Tech
matchup.
wins it all.
Kansas, St. John's. St. John's on a real heater. I mean, this is a great coaching matchup and school matchup. St.
a
John's was revived. I like St. John's.
It's a tough one. This is real tough, but I'm picking Kansas.
Okay.
St. John's.
St. John's.
All right.
And they
St.
got
John's.
that. They got that coach,
Close.
This is not a bad.
Who's the coach, Mike?
Rob something. Rob.
Oh god.
You were gonna say Rob Pelinka, weren't
Nope, I was not gonna say Rob
you?
Palenka.
He's gonna say Rob.
No,
Pelinka.
it was
No, it's
One
Rob
of these,
something.
one of these times we'll
Rob
cover a St. John's
Calipari?
matchup. Nope.
No.
Rock
Nope.
Calipari.
Rob, the famous Rob Calipari at St. John's. This is why we have you around, Mike. Florida, Maryland. This is where I can get back on Florida. I had UConn. I can get back
Yeah,
on
Florida.
Florida now.
Flirt it.
All right.
Gators.
Missouri and St. John's, of course, coached by the famous Rob Calipari. Mike, who do you have here?
St. John's. I mean, I talked to an Uber guy that new ball.
But SEC.
That's a good point, but St. John's.
Just making sure I'm trying to stay on
small school, they have momentum. The whole team, whole school will be right there.
Ryan?
Missouri.
Whole school.
I love this Missouri team.
Mario?
We'll go St. Juan.
Mexico, down in Temecula.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think St. John's moves on to the Elite Eight because I thought they lost here to Texas Tech. So I'm going to just have Missouri replace Texas Tech, and I'm going to go Missouri as well. And I really think the coin flip's going to land on tails. So.
All right, give me Missouri.
All right.
Oh,
nice. There we go.
There you go.
And then to make it to the Final Four, Florida, Missouri. I think Florida incinerates every team in their wake if it's not UConn.
I do as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gators.
Gators.
They're going to move on and face Iowa State, but we're going to cover the Midwest next and then go to the Final Four.
Midwest.
The Midwest. This is the
side.
fun side of the bracket. You got Houston at the 1. You got intern Johnson's UCLA in the mix. You got Texas in a playing game, and you got the Clemson Tigers. I mean, this is where all the action's happening. We saved the best for last.
Oh, yeah.
Houston does not lose in the first round.
No.
No 16 seed wins.
Against
Gativo.
SIU
right.
Edwardsville.
We got a lot of really good games next up, though. Gonzaga and Georgia. Mike, you're an SEC guy. I'm assuming you are going with the 6.5-point underdog Georgia Bulldogs here.
So, no, I'm not. And the reason why is because
So he's not an
Gonzaga.
SEC guy.
Well,
No.
Gonzaga won their conference or their conference tournament. And Gonzaga, again, historically fantastic basketball school.
And you like Rui Hachimura.
They are. I do like Rui. I'm a big fan of Rui.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this school only knows basketball. They don't know squat about nothing else. Their education, terrible. But, I mean,
No.
probably not. But Gonzaga, let's go.
All right, Mario.
Down with the dogs.
Invented that. But I like Gonzaga here.
Love Gonzaga.
All right, cool. Consensus. We all like Gonzaga. Clemson McNeese.
McNice.
So, all right. I've been watching way too much Clemson basketball this season. I'm not only convinced, but statistically speaking, that this is the best basketball team the school of Clemson has ever had.
You're right.
Most wins in a season, 27 wins. But we did recently lose Dylan Hunter, our starting guard, who I know he only averaged, I think, like 5.5, 6 points per game, but he had some assists, played defense, and he played around 20 minutes, 25 minutes a game. Younger brother of our best player, Chase Hunter. The one matchup I didn't want was McNeese.
McNeese.
Nice.
They score a lot of points. They're going to be way undersized. Clemson is, but that's the reason I'm taking Clemson, besides the fact I'm a fan, is we replaced PJ Hall with Victor Lockin, 7-footer, 7'1", and we have Ian Shefflin down there. We're going to dominate the paint. To beat us, they need to literally shoot out of their mind. They need to shoot 40, 50% from three, which they can do, and we can totally be cold on offense like we have the last 2 games. I'm taking Clemson. I think we're, 7.5-point favorites? Yeah, 7.5-point favorites. I actually like us to cover, too, but I think this is, out of any of the 12 seeds we could drop to, McNeese has a chance on the money line, but I'm for sure taking Clemson here.
Clemson by 24 points.
Yeah, I hate this spot because I feel like I haven't had many 12-5 upsets so far, and
And it's the last
I
one, so.
really like this 12-5 matchup right here. McNice. I've seen the Tigers.
You have been
fall.
saying McNice.
I mean, they're McNice. They're McNice.
They got the general manager with the
McNice.
speaker.
I mean, it's got to be McNice.
All right, Mario.
McNice.
We're going McNeese.
McNice.
All right.
Well done.
We're going to have to coin
That's
flip
what
this
dog
then.
would
I'm not moving on this.
That's
All
my
right.
dog
You're gonna
would
have to
show.
flip a coin.
That's my dog would show. Hello. Give me that. Yes! Let's go, baby.
That's so messed up. The Clemson flag literally behind both of them.
I actually think, and now that I clicked Clemson on accident.
Let's get
McNeese is in there.
McNeese, man. McNeese flag.
I want on the record, when we beat McNeese, we are going to make it to the Elite Eight out of this side of the bracket. We're better than Houston. We're better than Gonzaga, and we're gonna murder. We would
Better
murder
than
Purdue.
Houston.
So yeah, I just want that on the record. I know we're not gonna be able to pick them in this bracket, but I guess we're picking the upset against
Absurd.
against
Yep.
my team there. That's all right. Purdue High Point. High Point scores a lot of points. They won a lot of games. 29-5. Purdue 22-11. But Purdue is the 4 seed, and they are also 8.5-point favorites. I'm gonna take High Point here. I don't think Purdue's very good, actually. I think Clemson would have literally won that game by 15 to 20 points. And
agree.
so I think they might not even get to the next spot. Might as well just ride with the
wins by
upsets
20.
here.
I got Purdue. I think they're just a better team, deeper. I think High Point just not big enough, strong enough for this game. But
Shout out High Point.
I think
Carolina.
this is a game where High Point puts themselves on the map. I have High Point upsetting a 4 seed.
You think that?
I think that.
Okay. Mario?
I do.
Let's go High Point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow,
give
that
that
matchup was
point.
a 12 versus 13.
That's kind of electric. Imagine this just hits.
No.
Illinois
Versus Texas.
Texas plays Xavier first. Let's not
Texas
jump the gun on
Versus
that.
Xavier.
It's
Oh,
Texas
whoa.
Xavier in the 11 playing game, and then the winner of that plays Illinois. Mike, you're first. I have a feeling I know where we're going here.
I mean, Texas makes it in to play Illinois, and then we lose because Rodney Terry sucks.
Wow, so you just losing
Yeah, Illinois.
the first round. Wow. Why are you even wearing the Texas sweatshirt?
I mean, I think we have a lot of talent on that team. I think the captain of our ship is
Spreading-
so.
You can't even
Texas and
fucking pick
SEC
them in one round.
Texas and SEC propaganda has them
and it
losing.
hasn't picked
You
a
have
single
them
SEC
losing in the
team.
round of 64.
We do have 7 quad 1 wins, but
But Illinois.
Illinois.
Wow.
I'm Illinois too.
I mean,
how do I choose against?
I'm not
him?
joking. I was going to pick the winner of the Texas Xavier game, but you not picking your own team is so insane to me.
I really think Rodney Terry
That's
is
fine,
the worst
yeah.
head
Illinois,
coach in
fine. I
college
have
basketball.
no protest
There's
to
no.
it.
Yeah, I would have.
You guys screwed me out of getting Clemson in the next round. of this
I
bracket
would have.
anyway,
I would
so.
have picked Xavier, but
All right.
he doesn't even believe in his own team. So all right, Illinois.
Well, you
Definitely
can
don't
still
believe in
technically
Rodney
pick
Terry.
Xavier if you think they want to win. Kentucky, Troy,
Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky's really good.
10.5 point spread here.
Feel like
Yeah,
that one's not a
Kentucky's
question.
moving on.
Yeah.
UCLA, Utah State. I love UCLA.
I do too.
I
kinda
love
do
Nick
too.
Cronin. I think he's a great coach. I don't think UCLA has the talent they have had in past years to make a deep run, but they are extremely well coached, and I'm not in love with Utah State, so I like the Bruins.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Ten.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
One
Tennessee,
win? I know.
Wofford. Ryan, you've been watching a lot of Tennessee
yeah.
basketball. You are obsessed with this team.
I mean, yeah, this team is so. Talk about it. They're so hot. They're so on fire. They look great. I think they're super deep. They shoot
Rough game
out
in
the
the SEC
gym.
championship.
I mean, yeah, they could have gone their way. They kind of played slow to
It
start.
was against Florida, who's the
and
best,
shot back.
maybe
Yeah,
the best team.
They
in
actually
basketball.
came back and made it a game to start. It was like a 3-point game, and then they kind of choked. So I like Tennessee bigger.
Okay. Back up to the top. Houston, Gonzaga. I think this can get hairy. I'm not a huge Houston guy. They do win games. I'll put that out there. We
God.
watch a lot of Houston basketball
They
here.
win. They don't cover.
Yeah, they win, they don't cover. This would probably be a larger spread. Honestly, it's probably be around that 6 to 8 mark. So that I like Houston moving on, but not covering. But I'm not opposed if we want to go Gonzaga on the upset side.
I go Gonzaga.
Oh, I'm
I
not
like
even gonna
Gonzaga.
sweat
I feel like
Gonzaga.
Houston doesn't really.
Oh, everyone's Gonzaga. Okay,
Yeah.
word. We'll just make that consensus then, because
Zags.
I'm not sold on. I'm betting Gonzaga spread. Probably not going to touch the money line here because it can get weird.
Oh, this is the game of the year.
McNeese High Point.
Yeah.
I mean,
You guys, you've done this, so go ahead.
To be honest,
I mean-
you two should just
Yeah,
choose.
might as well you guys just pick the winner of this game because
I mean, it's McNeese.
I am McNice.
okay,
Okay, there we go.
McNeese is in.
I like high
Dog.
point.
I mean, this matchup's not existing. But Illinois, Kentucky, Mike, you're big on Illinois because you have them taking out Texas in the first round.
Yeah, but I'm also big on
The SEC.
the SEC.
So-
Bro, what?
So go out. Well, go out. Cats.
go
Literally
on.
makes no sense.
That's well
Literally
said.
makes
No,
no
that is
sense.
well said,
Thank
Mike.
you.
Ryan,
Kentucky easier. They shoot out the gym.
Mario.
Kentucky.
All right, I'm riding it too.
Damn right.
All right. UCLA, Tennessee.
I mean,
I'll just get out of the way.
okay,
Tennessee.
come
Yeah,
on.
Tennessee. You guys want to
Tennessee.
talk.
Oh, okay.
There's
well,
no
I can
conversation.
take my pick. I can, this is a
Yeah.
safe space for me now. I was going with UCLA. I like UCLA. Tennessee's better.
Why not? Shador. This is a crazy fight.
Gonzaga, McNeese in the Sweet 16.
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga.
I'd have them over Clemson.
I have the
It
Zags.
just changes nothing.
The winner of Clemson McNeese moves on to the Elite Eight. So I'm taking
That's
McNeese in
absurd.
this matchup.
You're taking McNeese?
Yeah, but you guys are going Gonzaga, so it's fine.
I'm going to Gonzaga.
All right.
On the Zags.
Kentucky. Wow, dude, this edit's gonna be terrible. We're screen recording me filling out this bracket right now, and I've clicked like the wrong team 12 times. So have fun with this. Tennessee.
You're gonna see all the mistakes.
Tennessee,
Welcome.
Kentucky. Ryan.
I mean,
Upset alert. Kentucky.
I was going to say it's not even upset. Kentucky.
what?
No, Tennessee's a better team for sure. But
yeah, I
Kentucky's
have
going to shoot
Nah,
like
Tennessee-
Tennessee's a little bit trending down. Kentucky, I think, is.
And they went.
trending a little
Didn't they
bit
make?
up.
I
the
don't think.
championship?
Yeah,
Yes.
but I just don't like the way they're playing recently.
I don't
They
think
played Florida.
I want it out there. I don't think Kentucky's that fantastic. I've watched them lose quite a few big games. I know a lot of those were in the early part of the season.
Yeah.
I watched Clemson just handle them, and this was before we really got hot. So I'd be big on Tennessee if this were a matchup. This would be a big bet for me.
Kentucky has taken care of Tennessee every time they played them this year.
Just not a lot of other big teams.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I feel like Kentucky had, a quote unquote, like easy path to get to this point where we're at right now. I like Tennessee. I think Tennessee's just a better team.
So we're split. All right, let's coin flip it.
Heads
Heads
or-
is Tennessee.
Heads or tails? Tails.
Kentucky.
Wow.
And now we got
Wildcats.
We got a matchup that you'd think would be a 1-2 matchup from years past.
Yeah.
Right? If you go back in time like 2-3 years, you're like, oh, Kentucky Gonzaga, it's a 1-2. This is the 3-8 matchup in our Elite 8. Gonzaga, Kentucky. I don't like Kentucky, so I'll go Gonzaga. If we're going here, let's go here. I'm going
Kentucky.
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga can't
I like
go that far.
Kentucky.
I like Kentucky.
All right, Kentucky. baby.
SEC,
I love
baby.
that.
I've got destroyed in this side of the bracket.
Tyler's not having fun.
No one is riding with me.
I had Clemson by 30.
Everyone else is having a great time. Wow, we have 2 1-3 matchups. That's interesting. Iowa State, Florida on one side, Duke, Kentucky on the other. We're starting Iowa State, Florida. This game is played in April in San Antonio.
Florida.
Give me Florida.
Florida's going to be
Yeah,
a
Florida.
15-point
This isn't
favorite if
even
they play
close.
Iowa State.
All right,
It doesn't matter
Florida,
who they play.
Duke, Kentucky. I'm going Duke.
Duke.
All right, so we have kind of chalk in these
Yeah.
two. National championship game. Florida, Duke. Now, I think this would be an awesome basketball game.
It'd be the best.
Hottest team in basketball right now, Florida, against the team with the best player and 2 of the top 10 players in the draft next year. This would be cinema. The spread would be really, really close on this game.
1.5.
Yeah, it would be a damn near a pick 'em. Less than 125 on the money line each side. So I'll go last year. I don't really have an opinion. I need to think about this one for a sec. Mario, have you thought?
I'd go Duke.
You go Duke.
I like Duke winning the whole thing. So.
Ryan, I gotta hear what you think here.
Yeah, unfortunately for Florida, they're really good. They score a lot, but they don't have the best player on the court. And this late in the bracket, you gotta have the best player on the court. Cooper Flag will control the game. I think no matter what, this is a close game. There's no blowout either
This would
way.
be a great championship.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
love
this
it.
would be a
I just
great
think
championship
Duke's
game.
actually a little deeper, and I think Florida. I mean, they have to score to win games. Florida's not a great defensive team, so I just think this is going to be a tough game in a big environment to just shoot that well. But maybe I could be wrong, but I love Duke here.
All right, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, I might be riding the high of the momentum of, the championship
SEC.
games the championship games that we watched
Both
for
these teams
Sunday
won, yeah.
on Selection Sunday. And so personally, when Tennessee and Florida matched off in the SEC championship, I thought Tennessee was the better team. I thought they would win. I personally felt like Florida just played better as like a team cohesively. They ended up winning by like 11 points, and I feel like that says a lot for how they're going to ride into this tournament, including deep into it. I think they're able to get up for big games like this, so I actually have the Gators here.
All right. Well, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. I'm leaning towards Ryan's logic though, and that's kind of what I
Cooper
default
Flag.
to when it's really close. A lot of times you'll see the
Fair.
best player on a team that is not an elite team without him.
Yeah.
Whether that's you look at draft picks in years past, Cade Cunningham I think is probably the best example. When they made the tournament, right? They were not a crazy good team. They weren't really good at all without him. He was the number 1 pick. It's
like John Morant, too.
You want to pick them. Like those guys can get you a game or two, but Duke can do it without him. And when they add him, I do think they're the best team in the country. So I'm going Duke.
Wow,
we have-
Duke
All
are our
right.
champions.
Duke's our champion.
I love
All
that.
right.
All right, how many total points will be scored in the championship game? Someone throw out a number here. 141,
No.
It's too low.
It's too low.
160,
Yeah, I like 154.
I like 158.
so 156. Cut it down the middle.
Mark, you have it a little.
156.
Well, I was aiming way higher. I was thinking 168. But
I just think because of the championship.
All right, we'll
game,
do 158. Call it a day.
160.
You want to be on the lower side too.
Submit bracket.
If you're higher, you
There we go. Duke.
Bang.
to cut the
We just
nets
made
down.
$500.
We just won our own bracket. Oh yeah, that was fun. Damn, I can't believe we got Clemson getting out in the first round, and we had
Texas
getting out in the first round, and we
but
didn't
we
have,
make it in.
we had
he
U-
had
and then we
Texas.
make it
we
up.
didn't have UCLA advancing past one game either. We hate our own teams. I guess this is
Not homers.
no about High Point.
Yeah.
big year for
McNeese.
High Point.
Final four.
Hey, they're on the map. They're on the map.
There you have it. If you've made it this far, thanks for sticking with us. If you're new here, drop
yeah.
a subscribe. And if you are a subscriber, like I've been saying, enter
I
this
love
free
you.
roll bracket challenge. You're playing against this bracket you just watched.
Yeah.
So you can kind of try to game the system if you
Oh,
think
yeah.
we're off
You
in
can
certain
easily-
spots.
But don't game the system.
Yeah, don't game the system. But you can win $500. Go ahead and enter that. Let us
Sure.
know what you think in the comments. Who's your favorite team? What did we mess up on here? I have a feeling there's a lot of takes we said that people are going to
Yeah, you're gonna hate on.
Yeah,
I
I think we
mean-
just only one I can really think of is Louisville Creighton. I think we should have gone Creighton.
Haters.
You were
my
my
team.
team because you think they can upset Auburn.
Other than that, I think we nailed it.
All
High
right,
point McNeese.
there we
I like
have it. Let us know what
like
you
it.
think. Thanks for sticking with
High
us. We're
point.
covering March Madness in depth, so follow the TikTok, follow the Twitter, and obviously subscribe to the YouTube. We'll see you on the next one.
Do all that stuff.